going on, everybody? Welcome back to the ThePickleJar Podcast. Today, we are here with the one, the only, Gilbert, the editor. Gilbert, how's it going, bud?
Oh, God. That was going great until I started dying.
That's a good way to start her out.
Right?
So today, we're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. I guarantee you we're going to get on 600 tangents. But right now, the focus of the first question is, what is it like, the dynamic of working with an editor, and or like you working with me, and how do we just work together? How does this all happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, with us, it's very different because it's not normally when people hire me to edit, I'm like, okay, cool. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to do it? How long do you want this? How this and that and this and that and this and that for like 3 hours, and then I get to start editing. Right. And with you, it's very much like you put the video in the drive. I download the video, I edit the video, and I upload the video.
And that's it.
That's it.
I really don't I don't give feedback back often. I don't think I've ever had a re-edit except for once. That was because it wasn't even my change either. It was Raid Shadow Legends wanted something changed. So I think the reason that is that way is you and I have worked together for years. How long? 3 years we've known, right?
I think, yeah. At this point, I think 3 years.
At this point, it's 3 years. We have worked countless hours together, so many projects, and he trusts me. I trust him. I know, whatever he does, it's going to be a good edit. So there's pretty much never feedback or anything.
Yeah, no, mostly I get feedback from like the audience and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like if they don't like something, then I'm going to take that into account and not do it on the next episode, Exactly. For example, heavy filters on videos. That's usually one of the complaints. Yeah, and I tend to only do that when it makes sense. And even then, I tend to only do that like to try it out.
Right.
And usually it just doesn't work. But you never know. It could be like, this is awesome.
Yeah, you don't know until you try. You got to try things. It's all about, the creativity. If you don't even try it once and get feedback, then you'd never know.
Yeah, no, there's no point.
I know one thing recently that people loved was the fun facts that you added on the videos.
Yeah, those fun facts are, by the way, if I sound like congested, it's because I had a cheese platter for the first time yesterday, and it's freaking amazing. Okay, anyways, off tangent. Yo, cheese platters are dope. Okay, anyways, yeah, the fun facts.
Yeah,
the fun facts are fun, and it started really because you're doing an 80s role play, and you went to Casey's like you always do, and I'm like, did Casey's exist? Like, I don't know what the hell a Casey's is.
I had that question too when I was recording. I think I actually stopped before I walked in there. I don't remember, but I remember thinking to myself, I knew Casey's existed because it's been around since like the 60s, but I didn't know if they had pizza yet. So I was like, we'll try it.
Yep, and I found out they did.
In 84.
I still don't know. So, is 84... What year does the 80s roleplay take place?
89.
89. Okay.
Yes. That way we can use anything from 80 up. Because people were mad because originally we said 84, and then people got mad and they were like, well, somebody has a truck that wasn't built until 86. Okay, so let's make it 89. So now none of it matters.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
As long as it's not the 90s plus, we're good.
Yeah, because when Grant was talking about the Alabama song,
right,
I was like, I'm pretty sure this came out really late, and I thought Jake said 84. But
yeah, we changed it to 89.
That makes sense.
And I think that just makes sense for the series. Why would we cut out, a majority of the 80s by saying it's 84?
Yeah, I just like, I feel like people. Well, I don't know if anyone's like upset at that or whatever,
Yeah.
But I could see the only complaint being like, well, if it's the 80s, the 80s really took place in the center of the year. But then like, if you limit yourself to that time, then you don't have everything from it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Artie, our mutual friend Artie, was talking about, has this theory, which I think is stupid, but
Okay.
has this theory that a decade doesn't come into itself until after 5 years.
Well, I mean, mathematically speaking, incorrect, but I suppose he's saying the culture doesn't develop itself to something memorable of that decade until a few years into the decade.
Yes. And here's why I think it's stupid. Because if you're going by that logic,
right,
then in theory, the 5 years leading up to a new decade, so like for instance 85 through 89, or the 4 years, are just leading up to the 90s.
Yeah.
So then that's the pre-90s and not the late 80s.
That's true. The pre-90s.
And it's like, I just don't agree with it on a fundamental level.
I don't know. I think I understand what he's trying to say, is that the decade doesn't really flush itself out. At least something memorable for the first while. But when I think of the 2010s, dude, I don't think of the late 2010s. I think of I specifically think of like 2011, 12, 13, right in there. That's what I think of personally.
Well, the 2010s just ended though.
They did.
So it's like, I feel like it's weird to me to think that we've lived through 2 decades, which makes it sound like super young or whatever. But
right.
Like, it's weird to me to think that, because I always just think we live post 2000.
Same. When someone is like, hey, what like decade are we in? I instinctively say, oh yeah, we're in the 2000s.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're not. We're in the 2020s now.
We're in the 2020s, and it's we're in the roaring 20s all over again.
The roaring 20s.
Oh, you right. Ugh.
The RXD 20s, dude. 20. We brought it in with 2019. 2019 was the 2019. All right.
That's hilarious.
Oh, jeez.
But like, yeah, no, I never say like when the 2020s or whatever. It just always feels like the 2000s.
Yeah, I get it. And I don't know. I feel like maybe someone that was born and like primarily grew up through like the 2010s, like they were born like late 2000s. To them, we're always in the 2010s. I feel like that's just the case. When you grew up, that's what you're always going to be in, I feel.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because like you talk to people who were born in like the 80s and the 90s, and they're very much like, I was born in the 80s. I was born in the 90s. And I think like after that is when like people are just like, I don't care.
It was just kind of melts together to the 2000s as a general term.
It blends together so well, like the transition of culture,
right,
and society. It just flows, I feel, a lot less dramatically, like with a lot less dramatic shifts than there were in the late 1900s.
I agree. Do you think the transition was smoothed out by the improvement in, say, like technology? Because like technology really started improving in the 2000s, and obviously it continues to just improve, but like that consistency through these last couple decades, I'd say it's been kind of tying them together.
I think so, because like like the iPhone came out in 2007. Right. So you could say that that's a staple of the 2000s.
Right.
But then throughout the 2010s, there's been a consistent increase in quality of phone.
Right.
So it always feels like it's new. And so I think that helps blend the divide between the 2000s and the 2010s.
I think, yeah, definitely.
Back in like the 80s and the 90s, it was like technology was coming out and it was like super advanced, or it was basically the same as it used to be. Like when wireless cell phones came out, it was like, oh my God, I can take this thing wherever, this giant suitcase thing.
Right.
But it still stayed a suitcase thing until like the 90s.
Yeah.
And then there was pagers and stuff. But like I feel like it mostly stagnated. Whereas now, the times we're living in, technology is always advancing at a stupid rapid rate.
Right. It's weird because like I've seen Facebook groups where it's like the nostalgic 90s and all these people are like, the 90s were the best, everything else sucks. And I don't really feel that with any of the 2000s. Funny? Yeah. What?
We're both, well, I don't know, what year were you born?
98.
98, okay. We're both technically 90s children. I was born in 96.
Right.
And I consider myself a 90s child.
Right.
But we were raised by the 2000s.
Yes. Yep.
Which is strange. We were like the post 9/11 children.
Right. Maybe, I mean, that definitely, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like technology primarily is the bridge between the last few decades that we've had, or couple, or whatever. For sure.
Did you, speaking of technology and how quickly it's advancing, Christ alive. Did you see SN1 implode?
Yeah, I saw you post that on Facebook.
First, for those of you who don't know, SN or Starship 1 is the prototype for the SpaceX Starship set to launch to Mars within the next couple of years here. And the first prototype imploded. Straight imploded. Mm-hmm.
How?
They were doing a pressure test.
Oh.
And I think they thought it was ready, and it definitely was not.
Well, if it imploded, I'd say it definitely got an F. Definitely got an F on the stress test.
It's hard to say because we don't know. We don't know what it got to, you know. Yeah. So it could have gotten well above the pressures of space.
That's true.
And like it's good to go, and they just wanted to
test see its limit.
Breaking point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the issue I find with that logic is they already did that with two crucial components of it. They did pressure tests on two smaller components inside of it.
Right.
So why do it to that scale and waste like a whole rocket?
I get your mentality. It does seem wasteful to do that and expensive to do that. But on the other hand, you're going to be putting people in a ship to put them through space to Mars, the farthest we've ever gone ever into uncharted space. So, I mean, like, no man has been. So it's like, you know what? Probably want to test everything you can out while here on the planet still.
But they could also just run a pressure test in space.
That's true. That's true.
You know? Because, like, the whole timeline for this is hop test, which is basically getting the rocket up, like, to hop like a giant leap from one platform to another. And then after hop test, which they might skip, is straight into orbit.
Really?
You know? Yeah. And then from orbit, they want to go... I think they want to go straight to Mars from orbit, which is... but, you know.
Wow.
And, like, you could... Either way, they're going to have to run pressure tests in orbit.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe, I mean, I get, wanting to see the limit of it, to see if it's beyond the pressure, the vacuum of space. I can understand. Because, what if there's something we don't know about on the way to Mars? It's an anomaly. Like maybe it's not even normally that way, but for some reason, because it's going to be a long trip to Mars,
Yeah.
So some reason, something can pop up that we didn't predict, that it's good to know, oh, well, we're still good because sure, we tested it for space, but we didn't test it for the excessiveness beyond that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I don't know.
But it's interesting. It's a very interesting topic. I love, like, it's being built like an hour away from me. So
yeah, I love space. I think it's the future of humans as a whole. I think the more we get out into the stars and expand and explore our universe, the more it'll help here on home, and the more it'll just help humanity as a whole.
No, I agree.
What do you think about, so we're kind of like talking with Elon Musk and that. What do you think about the Cybertruck? I know this is old news at this point, but
I love the Cybertruck. That thing looks stupid, and I want one.
I think the design is so weird and so crazy and so not what you would expect, but I love it.
Like, I feel the same thing about the Cybertruck that people feel about pugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you're disgusting and adorable. I want you. It's like that, but in a truck.
The way it makes me feel like, dude, slap some police lights on it and some fancy stuff, and it is straight out of Blade Runner. That's what I feel.
I feel that. It's like a DeLorean truck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the DeLorean truck. I don't know.
I love it.
One thing that confuses me is it doesn't have mirrors. But
so they're trying to get, oh God, I forgot what the Transportation Department, not the DMV.
Yeah, sure. Insert organization.
Yeah, insert Transportation Department of the United States federal government here. They're trying to get them to approve simply having cameras.
Yeah. That
look backwards on each side, and then like you can look.
Already a thing.
It is, but I don't think it's street legal.
Well, no, there's some high-end cars. They don't have mirrors. They have a camera. I forget the name of the car off the top of my head.
Because technically that wouldn't pass inspection.
Right. I don't know.
So like, but I mean, if they legalized it, then yeah.
Yeah, and another hurdle for Tesla is legislation on automated vehicles, fully autonomous.
How do you feel about fully autonomous vehicles?
I love it. I think, statistically speaking, it is so much safer because usually accidents are due to human error.
I feel like, at least for the transitional period,
right,
they would have to have their own lane akin to like a carpool lane or a bike lane.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Because like, I'm not worried about the self-driving cars.
You're worried about the other people. Yeah,
I'm worried about people dealing with self-driving cars.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you ever watched footage of, now granted this isn't fully autonomous, but footage of their autopilot system in action now?
Yeah, yeah.
It works pretty good. Now there are bugs, there are issues.
No, it's like the whole draw a circle around it and it freaks out.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Most part it works pretty good. Right?
No, yeah, no, it does.
I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's something that it's just the advancement of technology, which I'm all for.
I want to see, which I haven't seen yet. There might be something already out. I want to see what an autonomous car would do in a situation where like a semi crosses the line or something, you know?
Yeah. Well, they have in Florida. They tested the first autonomous semi.
Yeah.
Drove itself, and it did good. Didn't wreck.
No, but like, I mean, like, let's say you're in a Tesla with autopilot on the right side of the road, and then a semi is coming up, and like either the driver fell asleep or like a tire popped or something, and it like starts swerving out and heads into your lane. What would the Tesla do? Would it stop? Because the momentum of the semi would keep coming.
The Tesla would, are you in behind, next to, or in front of the semi?
Like it's coming in front of you. It swerves out, gets into your lane in front of you, and you're driving into it.
Like a highway, not an interstate situation. or either way. Like it's going opposite direction travel, right?
Yes.
I think, yeah, that's difficult. I know for sure it would slow down and try to probably come to a stop, based off of just how it's coded right now. But would it? I don't know. Would it swerve out of the way?
That's what I'm wondering. Would it like pull like a Fast and Furious and like drift you like around?
I'd like to think it would. I'd like to think it would see if there's anyone in the lane next to you, and it would do something to get you across and out of the way. But from what I've seen, and I don't know, like I didn't code their stuff, but for what I'm seeing, usually the accident avoidance stuff is as simple as, oh, it stops.
Yeah. It stops, doesn't get hit.
But that's another thing where, you know, the autopilot doesn't even work unless your hands are on the wheel. So in that case, you have full override.
Currently you can get around it by some special.
Yeah, because it's just pressure sensed. So if you put something on the wheel, like I've seen people do it with an orange, like it'll drive itself. But you're supposed to have your hands on the wheel still. So like you'd be able to correct it in time.
Don't want to call anybody out, Jeffree Star. I don't want to. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Do you know who Jeffree Star is?
I do.
Okay. Makeup guru. Yep. Was in the emo punk music scene for a while.
Yep.
I am personally not a fan, but yeah, he did his entire makeup in a Tesla while it was self-driving.
Huh.
And the entire time I was like, wow, you're stupid.
Yeah, no, there are enough bugs with it that you still want your hands on the wheel, for sure.
No, I don't. It's like the people who download the Mac OS updates, like right when they come out.
Yeah.
And they're like, everything will work fine. And then the whole computer dies. Yeah, no. That's why we don't do that.
Vice versa. I hadn't updated my Mac in way too long because I never use it. And
I still haven't updated my Mac.
My whole OS crashed. My PC crashed. My Mac. I got it working now, but even when I tried, I had to delete everything, reinstall the OS, and try to re-download the OS, reinstall it. And when it was reinstalling, it wouldn't install it because it was like, nah, dude, you have a memory error or something. So
what do you do? Did you just try again, or?
I just left it alone for like a day, tried it again, and it installed it. But I will say, I definitely do have an issue with my RAM on that computer, which is what it was telling me, because I can't export anything in like Premiere on it. No, it'll freeze up the computer. It'll crash. I can't export.
Well, we might still have AppleCare on it.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I checked.
You have the same version that I do, right?
Yeah, no, I don't have the same computer. No, do you have the one with the touch bar?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
I think we still have coverage.
Oh, well, I should look into that more.
You might want to call and check.
Yeah, I might, because there's something wrong with my RAM on it, and I can't export at all.
Yeah, no, that sucked to fix. Well, I mean, you could technically do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, like last weekend, I think it was, I was sitting out in my car out at like this pond at my family's farm, editing, and I did all the editing, and I go to export, and this thing just keeps crashing. I'm like, great. Luckily, I saved everything on an external, so I just exported it from my PC. But yeah, it was something.
So after the Great Vanishing Reef hard drive crash,
which is the hard drive I use right now for all my YouTube stuff.
2018?
What 2018? What do you mean?
That's when we did the Vanishing Reef, right? 2018?
Yeah.
Okay, after the Great Hard Drive crash, 2018.
Yeah.
And the supplementary crash of my own personal hard drive in 2018.
You destroy hard drives.
Yeah, I really do. I don't edit on my hard drive anymore.
Yeah, smart.
I refuse to. I edit the entire project on my laptop because my laptop has about 250 gigs open.
Yep.
I literally save nothing on my laptop for this reason.
Mine has like 500 open because it's a fresh install.
This is very true. Don't have any of that bloatware.
Yep.
Yeah, no. I honestly, I should probably do that. I'm just scared because the second I lose this laptop, I'm not able to edit.
Yeah,
which is
and
why I'm
I still
very
don't.
careful with it.
I still don't have Final Draft. I still don't have Movie Magic budgeting or scheduling.
Yeah.
I could probably go around and get that stuff, but frankly, dude, I haven't used it in so long. I know I paid for it, and if I ever want to use it, I'm gonna be like, God dang it, I need to install it. But right now, I don't need it.
It's the good programs. I'm not a producer.
Yeah.
I'm not a writer, you know.
If our buddy Elric lost Final Draft, dude, he'd be like, what do I do now?
Oh no, he'd freak out. He'd flip out.
He would. Absolutely.
And like, there's alternatives.
Right.
But Final Draft is like industry standard.
Right. But with like YouTube and stuff, I want to ask you, of the videos that you've edited on my channel, what is your favorite?
So I'm gonna lift the veil of this curtain a little bit.
Okay.
We talked about this.
For those of you wondering, him and I, the other night, recorded a podcast for 4.5 hours, and the file corrupted, so it's gone. So we're actually redoing this podcast. This is take 2, everybody.
So we talked about this a little bit.
We did
yesterday, and by a little bit I mean about 30 minutes. But let's go over it again, shall we?
Yep.
I have a hard time choosing between the Gravity Defying Horses video, the first mess around video, and the Woodsman episode 1.
They are both great. I think the Woodsman's really good.
I love the Woodsman.
I do too.
They are both very labor-intensive videos.
Yeah.
And if you haven't watched them, I highly suggest you go check them out.
Absolutely.
But they're both labor-intensive for different reasons.
Yeah.
Because the Woodsman, I edited like a short film. You know, I went into it. I laid out my own scenes. I cut it together. And then I did, which was the longest part, I did audio mixing on the whole thing.
Yeah, the audio was killer on that. Like, there's so many, like the chainsaw, pretty much everything was added in post. Like the chainsaw, the screams, it's crazy.
There's very little that came from the raw audio. And like I used the raw audio chainsaw sounds.
Yep.
Bleh. I used the raw audio chainsaw sounds multiple times, but the problem with it was they just sounded so far away.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look, chainsaws are loud. You know, you ever use a chainsaw?
I have. They are loud.
They're real loud. And like, even if you're like 50 feet away, it's still pretty loud.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my own chainsaw.
It turned out so much better because of that.
It was so good. It's so good. Ambience. That's one thing I say about the raw audio is the ambience almost all came from that.
Yeah.
Because it actually has a really good ambient sound design.
It does.
For a farming game.
Right. One thing that I really like with that video is it's at the point where Buck comes across the Woodsman for the first time. And we can't see him or anything. It's dark out. We're looking in these bushes and we just hear a chainsaw start up and Rev and Buck scream. And you did this like voice. You did like, okay, first off, the scream was added in post. Like that wasn't Buck's scream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you did this effect to it that made it come in and out. It was so cool.
We found that it's called flanger.
Yes.
Which I didn't know. Jake told me. I just dropped things on the audio track till it sounded good. But Yeah, I used the flanger to make it sound like I used a mix of the flanger, a walkie-talkie effect, a spatial EQ to make it sound like it was in the woods, so it gave it a little bit of reverb and echo.
Yeah.
And I think phase distortion.
Okay.
To like make it all sound like a dying walkie-talkie that was cutting out.
And it turned out great.
It actually, yeah, I'm really pretty proud of that particular effect.
It did. When I was watching it and I heard that at that moment, I got chills and I was there recording that thing. And what people don't see is the behind the scenes. Like, first off, that whole thing is cut together with like minimal cuts, and like it all looks like it flows together really well, which is impressive because like every 5 minutes we would stop and be like, okay, now what? We don't really have a plan here. What do we do next?
Yeah, no, that was very, very cut up, but it came together very well.
It did.
And I had to use a lot of tricks, which is fun. I used a lot of them, mostly looking for times when your screen would go black.
Yeah.
Which was a lot. And just
it was
cutting
dark.
the black, cutting another black,
and
it looks smooth. I used a lot of that.
I specifically tried to, and people that watch it on like the phone and stuff probably are going to have a hard time watching The Woodsman. But I tried to not use my flashlight because it made things, it just, I don't know. To me, it took away that like scare factor. You know what I mean? But there were definitely times where the flashlight would have been beneficial.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Definitely. But I think in like the second Woodsman, we used the flashlights a lot more. If I remember correctly.
I feel this. Did you guys script out the second Woodsman more or less?
Yeah, it was probably scripted a little more. Well, roughly. I don't know. I like the first Woodsman better.
I do too.
But the second, okay, look at it like this. The first Woodsman happens, and it's like, wow, that's a good, we're going to call it a movie for the sake of this example. Movie! And then like the studio was like, hey, cool, let's make another. And then the producers are like the people that made the movie that wrote it and stuff, they're like, well, it wasn't designed for another. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, you get that sequel effect. And that's what the second Woodsman has. But
I totally feel like you, Grant, Austin, Buck, and all them can totally do almost web series in Farming Sim.
Oh yeah, probably. We've talked about, like, I've talked with Austin. I've got an idea right now, a series that we're trying to start up. I can't get into it a whole lot, but we've talked about the thought of having someone come in to be the camera and film it like a show. That
would be cool.
It would. But
that would be really cool.
Then we get into the kind of like logistic issue of, okay, so if we both have the exact same shot on our channel, like, you know, who really benefits here? Maybe the multi POV from just us is the better way to go.
Well, you could have 2 cameramen and have it be like a reality show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what we were sort of shooting for. I can't explain like a genre because it'll give away the idea.
Yeah.
But sort of like that, yeah.
Yeah, because like in that situation, then while a lot of the video would be similar, there would be bits that are like just you or bits that are just Austin on his channel and stuff like that, you know?
Right. I think it'd be interesting. It's something that we could play around with. It's logistically a lot more work. Because then we have to schedule with a cameraman and we have to set up the shots and we actually have to like...
Yeah.
It takes so much more time, which is, if there's anything you could buy like, as a business or as a whatever, it'd be time. I wish I could buy more time.
That's why time is so expensive when you take it from other people.
Yeah, that's true. Because I figured this up last night. I never realized this until last night. I was hanging out in general chat on Discord and talking with people, and one of the people came in and said that they worked 55 hours that week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, snap. Well, I wonder how many hours I put in from a Monday to Friday, not even including the weekends where I work the entire of both days on the weekend. What do I put in from Monday to Friday between my full-time job and YouTube? It's 70 hours a week.
Well, because you do 40 just with your full-time job, no?
41 to 2 on average, yeah.
And that's insane. And then you do YouTube basically whenever you are not doing your job.
The only break I have, here are my breaks. I can tell you them daily. I have an hour drive to work, which yes, I'm like listening to music and it is my technical break, right? But I'm also sitting there during my drive. I think to myself, what's a good video idea? And I run through ideas. So it's not necessarily even a break, but it is.
Yeah.
And then I have an hour drive home from work. So 2 hours of my day are driving, where I still sort of work, but not really. That's like my break time. And then I have 30 minutes from 6:30 to 7 that I eat. And that's it.
Yeah.
Those are my breaks. Well, I guess I should bump that number to like 45 minutes because I also shower. So 30 minutes eating, 45 shower. Ooh, excuse me, showering, right? But you get the idea.
No, yeah. That is insane.
Yeah, so it's something. I get home at 5:30. I sit down. I work until 6:30. I take my break. I start working again at 7. And then I work until 11 p.m. And then I go to bed and restart the cycle.
Yeah, no, that's... I mean, but that's the level of commitment that you have to put into YouTube in order to, if you want to make it, you know?
Right.
You have to treat it like a job.
Yeah, no, when we talked, when we started this deal with Grant, you know, we had to talk and he was like, you know, are you guys, like, are you going to take this seriously? Like, you have a great opportunity here, but you got to work at it. You got to take it seriously, because he's like helped other people before who don't really like take it super serious and stuff, and their channels just don't reach their full potential. I like to think that I've taken it pretty seriously so far. I mean, 70 hours a week. I'd hope I'm taking it seriously. I don't know. You guys decide.
Right.
One thing.
I personally think you are.
Good. Good. Some recognition.
Right. Well, because like you can even see it in like your intros and stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like you actually put time into crafting an intro for each series, you know, which is like something that not many people do.
Yeah, and I have 2 series right now going on that don't have intros because I haven't found the time to make them.
Yeah.
River Valley Restorations and Nebraska's construction series. But frankly, I don't... Maybe like RVR could use an intro, but I don't know if the construction one really could.
And the 80s.
The 80s has an intro now. I've made the intro.
Oh, you've made the intro.
I've made the intro. It's on the drive for you. It's in general use.
As of recording this, I have not seen it.
Yeah, it's... So I was going to do it to the theme of Dallas, that show from the 80s.
Uh-huh.
I didn't end up doing that.
Okay.
So it is the same. It's literally like visually, it's the same style as all my intros.
Okay.
With the music, the 80s music on it.
I see.
So I don't know. I'd like to have done it old school style and probably should have, but I didn't.
I mean, if the series lasts longer, then you still can.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
So like, I don't think it's a...
I spent, actually this one didn't take as long to make. Usually it takes, an hour and a half, 2 hours to record those shots. And those intros are only 10 seconds long.
Yeah.
But it's getting the composition and, thinking of the shot and then setting it all up. But this time it took 45 minutes to record the shots. I put it into After Effects. That didn't take very long. It was done probably within an hour and a half.
That's not bad.
Yeah, the fastest intro I've made so far.
I think you're getting the hang of them.
I think so. And this intro is actually a little bit longer than the average one by about 3 seconds.
That's not bad.
Because I did it to with the temporary intros we had, with the music that you were using, which, by the way, I'm so glad you got that music from Epidemic Sound because I had no clue what it was called. So I just went to my downloads and found it.
You could have told me I have it saved.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Is it the same music?
It is.
I really enjoyed that music.
Me too. But you were putting like that it's about 3 seconds, 3.9 seconds or so. I don't know. So 4 of black space in the beginning. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I kept to that theme, but it's not black space anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. There is something there visually now. But the actual series intro doesn't start until like 3 seconds in.
That's cool. Wait, does it happen to be a logo?
It does happen to be a logo.
Is it a logo for...
It is.
Ah.
It is. Speaking of our not so descriptive description, it is Insight Studios, the company that Gilbert and I have started together. We saw a market on YouTube. You know, there's a lot of different companies that, like, you know, will help you get sponsorships. We'll help you, you know, build your brand. All this stuff will help you primarily get sponsorships. Well, we saw a market. Not many companies say, hey, it's hard to find an editor. We'll offer you an editor for a pretty low rate compared to your normal editing rates. So go to insightstudios.org. That's insightstudios.org. Check it out. Use discount code PICKLE on checkout to get 15% off of your first one-time service. It will not work on the monthly subscriptions, but on the one-time service, it will. Do we want to explain that a little more? Like
that
what
was
it's about?
Solid transition.
A solid transition, was it?
Yeah, that was a solid, smooth transition. It was impressive.
Thanks, man.
And like, I know me bringing it up makes it like
not solid at all.
But you know, I was impressed.
Well, there you go.
And I was like, wow.
But I know.
No, but yeah, we should talk about it a little bit more.
I know people are probably, you know, if you go to the website and you look at. By the way, the ad is over. Now we're just explaining ourselves. People probably go to the website and they see the price for an edit, and they probably think to themselves, "Man, I don't want to pay that." But for like, how long does it take to edit just a basic video?
So with your videos, it takes me 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours.
For a basic video, which is just me cutting it up and doing audio, it's 2 to 3 hours. The second I decide to add anything else, it increases the time. You know? So anytime I like the fun facts, each of those fun facts had to be researched,
right? Had
to be fact checked. And then I had to make a lower third for like design the lower third for them and put them in. So each fun fact, the first fun fact added about 30 minutes, and the second one was mostly a copy and paste and retitle, you know?
Right.
But then that goes to 3.5 hours, and then the second I want to do something else goes up to 4 hours. So it really depends. And then when I first started doing your videos, the only reason it takes me so fast is because I'm used to them. You know, I'm used to the way you talk. Yep. I'm used to what I can cut out and what I have to leave in, stuff like that. But when you work with someone new, you don't know that. So when I first started editing your videos, it would take me like 6 to 7 hours for a basic video.
Really?
Yeah. And then when you move into something like a gravity defying horses or a woodsman, you're looking at 10 to 13 to 15 hour edits.
Right.
And that's just because you have to take your time on something like that, you know, for either comedic timing or, in the woodsman case, to make it feel like a movie.
Yep. And to put that in perspective, you try to find a professional, literally has a degree in it, bachelor's degree, and is certified in the program they use. You try to find a professional editor, they're going to charge you $20 to $30 on the low end per hour. Right.
To put it in perspective, I got a call from our former school, Fuso, and it was from the community guidance, not community guidance, the job guidance people.
Yep.
That come and they call us and help us find jobs and stuff. And they were like, "Oh, so you're doing a freelance editing? What do you charge?" And I was like, "Well, normally I charge $20 to $25 an hour." And he's like, "That's it?" And I'm like, I can charge more." And he was telling me that the average for freelance editing is like in the 30s, 40s.
Yep.
And I'm like, God, I'm being underpaid.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So
it's expensive.
It is expensive, but you're paying for the time, you know?
You are.
And you're paying for the expertise.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a very specialized job. You wouldn't pay any Joe Schmo to weld a starship the same that you would pay like a master welder.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Like you're getting work done on your house or something, or maybe you're designing house. You're not going to be like, all right, who's the most budget carpenter I can get out here? Oh, you'll do it for $5 an hour? Well, this guy over here said it was $80 an hour. I'm going to go with you. No.
Yeah, no, your house would fall apart.
Right. You have to take...
That's when, like...
It's like, you have to think of it as like, it's an extension of your brand. And you want good quality stuff. Otherwise, what does it reflect on you and your brand and your channel, right?
No, yeah.
But to put it all in perspective, for a one-time editing service, depending as long as you fall within our guidelines and our rules for the basics, like start price, right? It's $100. Whereas, let's say it takes the 3-4 hours to edit, times that by like 30-35 an hour, you're paying a lot more than $100 for just a regular editor. Especially if you use the coupon code pickle on checkout, you get 15% off. You're saving even more money.
And then also, that $20-$30 an hour is just for editing.
Yep.
It doesn't include audio mixing. It doesn't include color correction.
Nope.
It doesn't include titling.
Nope. All of that's included. I mean, well, to an extent. You get something super detailed, super heavy, then obviously...
We need to talk about it.
Right. So, yeah. But...
If you come at me with a gravity-defying horses video and expect me to do 15 hours of work for $100, we're going to have to talk about it.
Right. But the other thing is, like, if you look at our packages, I know this just sounds like one big ad, but we're just trying to explain ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the packages and you see, like, say, the low-end package is $900, well, that's 8 projects. That's 8 videos with 8 thumbnails, with 8 SEO descriptions done, and 1 marketing/brand consultation for an hour. So
how much are the SEO and the brand description and all that?
So each thumbnail would be $10 a piece. Each SEO would be $10 a piece. And each consultation is $40 per hour.
So that's $60 per video for all of that.
Yeah.
If you bought it separately.
Times that by 8. You're saving a lot of money.
$480.
You're saving a lot of money.
And then you add the $800 editing fee.
Right.
And it's $1,280. So to get all that individually, it would be $1,280.
And the plan, the monthly subscription is $900. It's a pretty big discount.
It is.
I mean, my math is pretty bad, so I just put it up on a calculator, but that's a $380 discount, yeah?
Yeah, $380.
Yeah, just keep that in mind.
That's another 3 videos.
That's yeah. Okay, I feel like we should get off that topic because I don't want people to think like we're just advertising for it a bunch. It's
all a big ad.
All a big ad. This whole thing is an ad.
This whole channel's an ad. You're an ad. I'm an ad.
We're here to make money, boys.
My real name is Greg.
Yeah, I'm not even really a pickle. Shocker.
Exposed,
nor am I formal. I'm probably the most casual guy you'll meet.
Honestly, though, that part's actually an exposure.
Yeah. No, I hate formal clothing and stuff. I also hate pickles. So there's that.
This just in, folks. The formal pickle is a lie.
The formal pickle is nothing but a lie. Subscribe to the casual pickle instead.
Subscribe to the casual cucumber.
The casual cucumber. Oh, God.
Screw pickles. I like pickles. I'm a fan of pickles.
Man, you eating my people. That ain't cool.
So, do you use cannibalism as an excuse to mask the fact that you just don't like pickles?
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely do.
That's hilarious.
I've told people, they're like, what? How can you not like pickles? I'm like, well, do you eat other humans? You sicko? Like, I'm not going to eat my people? That's wrong.
That's funny. That's straight up funny.
Oh, jeez.
So,
yeah.
When is this formal pickle tattoo coming?
Oh my. Oh, he's been trying to get me to get the formal pickle tattoo. Wasn't it like at like 100,000 subs or something?
At 100K, you get the pickle head, right, with the face and all that.
Yeah.
Right. 250K, you get the suit. Right.
Yeah.
500K, you get like a top hat and a monocle. Fancy.
Okay.
And then at a million, oh, no. you get your subscribers to vote on what they want to add.
Oh no.
And you'll have that on your body for the rest of your life.
Oh no. No, I'm not consenting to this. But hear me out. You say, okay, 100K, you get just the head of the pickle.
Just the head of the pickle.
Okay. What if I don't ever get past 100K? I don't want a half-done tattoo for the rest of my life.
Well, I mean, in that situation, you could take it upon yourself to finish the pickle.
Or just get it removed.
Or just get it covered up.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't want to get my logo tattooed on my body.
But you totally should, though.
I love tattoos, and I'd love to have tattoos. But of a pickle wearing a suit, I don't know how I feel about that one.
You could put it like someone no one will see it.
Oh. Yikes.
Like your upper thigh is just going to be a pickle.
A massive tattoo as well.
A massive back tattoo.
Massive back tattoo. And it's just the Pickle Jar Podcast logo.
That would be disturbing.
That would. That'd be something. I don't like that.
Look, everyone here listening right now, if you're still here, thank you for tuning in. But also, convince this man to get a pickle tattooed on him.
Nope.
Okay, how about this, Jake? It doesn't have to be your logo exactly. We can get like a professional artist to come in and make the fanciest formal pickle you've ever seen in your life.
Hear me out. I'd be much more inclined to get like a unique looking YouTube logo. It's sort of like their play buttons, right?
Okay.
And underneath it, like in some way, it says like my subscriber count. So it's like when I pass 100,000, it says like 100,000. And then the next time I could get, an addition would be if I ever passed 1 million, right? You just add on to it.
That's a big jump.
It's a big jump, but what else am I supposed to? There's not really any other changes I can do to that.
That's all I'm saying is I think me and your subscribers would agree that a formal pickle logo is the way to go.
No, thank you.
By the way, on the talk of artists and stuff like that, if you're a graphics artist and or good at drawing things, hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. We got some stuff for you to do. Any graphic design artists are out there. Got some stuff. Got some merch. Got some possible thumbnail thingies. Other stuff.
Where do you sell your merch, Jake?
I'm glad you asked, Gilbert. You can go to represent.com/store/TheFormalPickle and pick yourself up some pickle merch, official pickle merch, that is. It's represent.com/store/TheFormalPickle.
Is there generic pickle merch?
I don't know. Dude, I thought about it. I thought about, like, imagine I'm making a shirt design, but the shirt is just like, so you're wearing a t-shirt that looks like a suit, right?
Yeah.
But then in like the button kind of bit of the suit, there's like a pickle head popping out of it.
So you're going for a minimalist.
Yeah.
I'm down. I see it.
I don't know. I've had some weird designs, man. I got some weird ideas.
What if you do like one of those tuxedo shirts?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the sleeves are green.
So it just looks like, but you make it to where it looks like your tuxedo is like sleeveless. So the green is just your arms because you're the pickle. Yes. I like it.
I think that's brilliant.
There's an idea.
You know, I mean, or if you ever want to sell turtlenecks, you can totally like do that.
I should start my own brand of like pickles.
Clothing?
No, we were going too soon. Wow.
Oh.
All right.
You don't even like pickles. How are you going to know if they're good?
I don't know. Other people? Wait, is there really that big of a difference between pickles? Like, it's just a cucumber and that's pickle.
You're a fool. You're a fool.
What's the difference? What are
the seasoned differently, the cured differently, the pickled differently, Jake. Okay, there's a difference between a Velasic and some like great value brand pickle, all right? The crunch, the flavor, the texture.
I do like pickled chips, though.
Pickled chips?
Yeah.
You like pickled chips, but you don't like pickles?
Well, it's cannibalism otherwise.
Where do you think they get the pickle flavoring from, Jake?
Not the cucumber? Question mark? I don't know. It's artificial.
Pickle juice.
All right. Well, I'm not the pickle juice. I'm not the formal pickle juice.
But it's the blood of your people.
And more like the sweat, I'd say.
I guess that's disgusting.
It is. Gross. Okay, wait. Hold on. So on my Discord, I have like these different roles for, as people talk in Discord, they rank up and stuff.
Yeah, I just recently ranked up.
Did you? Nice.
I reached level 1.
Dude, I don't know how do I do it? Is it exclamation? Is it, hold on.
I can tell you right now, it is.
How?
Exclamation rank.
Exclamation rank. Am I supposed to do it in a specific chat? I don't know my own Discord rules.
It says you can type exclamation rank to see your rank card in the pickle jar.
Deleted it.
What?
The bot yelled at me. It deleted it. I'm the owner and it yelled at me.
I don't know. Ask a mod or something, man.
I don't know how my own Discord works.
Which you should get one of your mods to make a podcast questions section of your
Dude, that's
Discord.
Genius. That is genius. Oh, I did ask people to ask me questions the other day, and I went over those with Austin. That episode will release before this one. Do you want to go through some of these?
Sure.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can find them, because I asked them in general chat, and I guarantee they're a ways away right now. So give me a minute. I'm gonna have to scroll up.
While Jake's looking for that, by the way, if you ever want to ask an editing question, I usually chill out in general chat while I edit. So,
oh really?
Look for me.
I didn't even know that.
I look through your Discord a lot.
Oh, I didn't know that at all. I did not.
You can see me online. It's right there. The other. It's me, Film Crew.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm very observant.
I know.
Okay, look, I don't even know my own Discord rules. I had to read them the other day because people were asking me. We were in a voice chat with a bunch of people, and they were asking me like, "Hey, isn't that against the rules?" Someone said something, and I just go, "I don't know," and they go, "What?" I'm like, "I don't know my rules. I don't run things. I have admin and moderators."
I am careful with what I say on the Discord.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'll get banned.
I don't think so, because like you have a special role that literally appears on like the right side, which like practically no one gets except for those that like work, like are part of the team.
I also still can't at everyone, which I was trying to do the other day.
You can't?
No.
Oh, let me fix that.
Because I was going to ask a question for like the editing thing I asked in I don't know if you saw it in Discord.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna add everyone in that so I can get more responses. And the Discord was like, what the do you think you're doing? And I'm like, oh.
You now have permission to add everybody, by the way. I'll just give it to you.
Mod's gonna get mad at me.
What are my rules? Hold on.
What are your mods? Who are your mods?
Good question. Mods? I don't know.
You know your mods?
No. Cherry handles everything for me.
Royal Cherry is your admin.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy Breaker. Okay.
Daddy Breaker. I was talking to him last night. General Twee. I got a story. General Twee was my first ever viewer on Twitch.
Really?
Yes. And he has been around since.
Yo, shout out to General Twee.
He's the real OG. Cherry's been around a while too. And Luke. Luke's been around a good time. Anyways, Creptic, Luke, Boom. I don't know who else is moderators. They're probably more.
Boom is Buck, right?
Yeah, Boom is Buck.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get confused.
Yeah, we were talking about these questions. Okay.
Yeah, questions.
Shoot. Let me scroll back up. Okay. So, Luke asked, what is the biggest cultural difference between Florida and Iowa in for you, what's the biggest cultural difference between Texas and Florida when you've lived in both of those states?
That's easy. Florida sucks.
I knew this man hates Florida.
I hate Florida. The biggest cultural difference, people are nice here in Texas.
Yeah. People
talk to you in Texas. Like not like everyone you meet's gonna stop and have a conversation, right? But like people hold the door open for you, say good day, say thank you. You know?
Yeah.
In Florida, like you hold the door open for someone and they look at you like you want to like diddle them.
Yeah, they're like, don't you ever hold the door open for me again? I'm gonna shank you.
How dare you hold this door open for me? And it's like, I'm sorry, I was raised in the South.
Yeah. It's like the Midwest is too nice, I should say. And whereas you say you're not going to just like come across someone and stop and have a conversation for half an hour. Oh no, you will in the Midwest. In fact, there's this thing in the Midwest where you're driving down the highway and the cars come in the opposite lanes. You give them the 2-finger salute. You wave at them, right? You might not know who they are. In fact, 99% of the time, you probably don't know who they are. You wave. And if you don't wave, something's wrong. What?
You know what's funny? The only people that do that here, or at least where I live in Texas, because up north in Texas, I'm pretty sure Texas is a big place.
Right.
You know? So I'm going to talk about my region specifically. In my region in Texas, with South Texas, the only people who do that are people who own Jeeps.
Oh, they're doing the Jeep salute.
Yeah, the Jeep salute.
Yeah.
Everyone who owns a Jeep, man, woman, or child, has to do the Jeep salute if you see another person with a Jeep.
Yeah, I had a roommate who had a Jeep, and we would go right around, like, we'd go to, like, Taco Bell at 4 a.m., and he would see another Jeep, and he'd do the Jeep salute, and they'd do it back. And I'm like, what is this weird cult you're in?
Dude, for real, Jeep owners are, like, I like Jeeps, but I don't want to have to join a cult to own a Jeep.
Right? I don't know, dude. It's
like,
weird.
Do they have meetings?
I don't know.
I feel like it's always the same salute.
It is. It is always the same salute.
It's terrifying.
But like, of course it is. If you did something different, how would you know it was the Jeep salute?
I mean, I guess you're right.
But they just look at you and be like, what a weirdo. Didn't even do the salute right. Gosh.
Did you not get the memo? Did you not see the email?
Did you not go to the meeting this Wednesday?
Right? Come on, man.
Deborah set it up and Frank agreed with it.
We had a designer come in specifically to design the salute, and you're not following it? Really?
You are the scum of the Jeep world.
Honestly, you are trash.
What are we talking about?
You know what else? You know what else is different between Texas and Florida?
What?
You can get Mexican food here.
Oh, dude, that sounds so good.
You can get, like, look.
Wait.
All respects to Cuban food and Puerto Rican food.
Yeah.
But Mexican food is better.
Yeah. I like all food. I'm a big food.
I like food.
Did you remember what was it? The diner. What diner did we used to go to? It was Joe's Diner?
I think it was Joe's Diner.
I thought it was Jimmy's.
Was it on? I was going to shout out Joe's Diner. I think it's on Cimarron University. I don't remember what that road is.
Yeah, Cimarron or Cimarron. How do you pronounce it?
Cimarron? I don't know. It's right next to Full Sail.
Right next to the Full Sail University. It's a good diner. Y'all should go there if you're in that area.
Right next to a card shop and the Geek Easy. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to the Geek Easy once.
I never went to the Geek Easy.
I tried to start a fight club in the parking lot of the Geek Easy.
What?
I tried to start a fight club in the parking lot of the Geek Easy.
Were you under the influence?
No.
What are you doing?
Okay, so you know me pretty well, and like when I get in a good like friend group that I'm pretty close with, I start being the puppeteer and I start pulling strings.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I started doing that night. And I almost started a fight club in the parking lot of a Geek Easy at like 2 a.m.
Jake, you're already messing up the first rule.
Never talk about Fight Club.
Never talk about Fight Club.
And then they realized it.
Fight Club.
Well, the best part is like it was getting close, dude. Like it was getting a little heated, but jokingly heated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like no one was mad, but we were like, I wonder if like I'm gonna say names. I wonder if like Cody could beat up Sean.
Yeah.
And then it was like, no way he could. And it was like, yes, he could. So it got close to like it was gonna happen. But then someone pointed it out and they were like, wait a minute. And they thought for a second and they're like, Jake, you've been pulling strings, haven't you? I was like, yeah, I'm getting close though, aren't I?
Yeah. No, I know. I'm well aware that you do this.
Oh, you even done that because like we've been sitting at like Perkins before, and I would get Elric and Hunter fighting amongst each other, and I remember you, or no, maybe I'd get you and Hunter fighting. I don't remember who, but either you or Elric would look at me and just start to smile, and I'd be like, shh.
It's Elric. It was always Elric.
It was always Elric. Yeah.
Elric would never talk as much, so he would just stare and observe like an old owl.
And he would see what happens, and he would be like, I know where this started. Exactly. He thought it was hilarious.
But the issue with that is I don't care who starts because I just think it's fun.
Oh, it is. Our friend group, everyone thought we hated each other.
Yeah.
We would work on film sets, and just to stay PG, we're gonna not say what we would say, but like there was an example.
Mean things.
Pretty mean things. All right. There was one time you looked at Hunter or something and you were like, hey, whatever his position was on the film set, I don't remember. Will you move your beep and beep? You're in my way or something. And then I remember the instructor like turns around and goes, whoa, uncalled for or something. And then like, I don't remember what happened, but like, I think Hunter said something like, yeah, you beeping beep. Or something back, and you could see the wheels turn in his head, and a light bulb goes off, and he goes, "Oh, okay, I like this group of people."
Yeah, no, we strive off our hatred for each other.
We do, but it's like what unites us as a friend group.
Because God, I hate Hunter Benson.
It just name dropping.
Oh, follow him on Instagram. He does good work.
He does. Do good work. What's his Instagram?
At Hunter Benson.
At Hunter Benson. Check it out.
Follow him on Instagram.
He does some good stuff. Y'all looking for some t-shirts? Is he still doing that?
Yeah, he still does t-shirts. What? I think it's Skull Island.
Skull? No, not Silent.
Not. Let me just pull up the Instagram.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the Instagram right now. We're getting on a tangent, but I'm trying to support my boy Hunter.
Yeah, trying to support my boy Hunter, who I despise as a human being, but he's also great. Yeah. Lost Island Skate.co. Makes some pretty cool shirts. It just dropped a new design. This is not a sponsorship at all. It
is not in any way. But I did just fire him as an editor, so I gotta support my boy somehow, right?
Support the boy. He does real good work.
He does.
But yeah, I hate him.
Anyways, that was just our friend group. We would like just, bark at each other and just say mean things to one another. But that's just how we were. And we all knew it was in good fun. And that was our fun. Like if the whole group, honestly, if we had remained like just correct with each other from the first time we started working together and just been like, yeah, I think you're very smart and I think you're doing great work here, we wouldn't have been friends.
No, of course not. Because we're all individually really dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially Artie.
Oh my gosh, that boy.
And I'd be like, you're an idiot. You're just an idiot. You're an idiot sandwich, and you need to do something about it. I remember the time I made Hunter feel so dumb. He was like, there's only one other person in this world that's ever made me feel that dumb, and that's my stepfather. He says something so dumb. I don't even know what it was, but I'm going to say it's like the equivalent of water is not wet or something like that, which he has said before. I don't remember what side of the argument I'm on. We had a long argument about if water's wet. But we had a multi-day argument about if water is wet or not. We did. And we've argued about many things. A lot of things. He says something just dumb. And I literally actually just got done saying like pretty much what he asked me. And I just remember looking at him with like this unenthused look on my face. Utter silence for like a solid 10 seconds. Everyone's just quiet, waiting for me to say something, and I just go, yeah. and he just looks down. He goes, oh, wow. Okay, Jake. Okay. I've never felt so dumb in my life. Only my stepfather's ever made me feel so dumb. Okay. See how it is? Yeah. Our friend group is interesting. But yeah, go support the boy. It is. But again, as much as we bark and bitter at each other or whatever, bicker, we're all good friends. Like, yeah, we are. I can only do that because we're good friends. I remember it's been months back now, like 5 months ago probably or more. I said in the group chat or something like, you know what I miss? I miss Hunter's word. Because he would say that all the time. The boy records himself saying a word and he sends it to me. And now whenever I'm feeling down, I just go and I play a word from Hunter. It's great. It was like there was this one time we were chilling at was it Sonny's or barbecue? Sony's barbecue? Sonny's? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I forgot we went to that place. Sonny's barbecue, which by the way, Four Rivers is the best barbecue if you're in like Winter Park. Is the best. Four Rivers barbecue. Not sponsored. None of this is sponsored. We just like food. None of this is sponsored. Yeah, food is good. But we're sitting at Sonny's barbecue and I don't know, something happens and Hunter just does his word. And I just start smiling, and he looks at me. He's like, "What? You're freaking me out. What?" And I was just like, "I just like it when you say word. It's so wholesome. Like there's so much life in your eyes when you say it. It's great. There's so much life in your eyes. There's so much death in the guy sitting across from you. Elric was sitting across from him, looking dead. Elric, my boy, Elric." Oh, geez. It's an interesting friend group, but I love it. Really is. We need to all get together and work on some stuff, man. We really do. We really do. We do. We need to get we need to get a studio and just start work on stuff, man. Honestly. Someday. Maybe someday. So what's the next question, Jake? Right. We were doing questions. Well, for one, I have like 10 questions of why do I drive a Prius? Jake, why do you drive a Prius? Because I'll tell you why. Because I drive over 100 miles a day. I need something fuel efficient. You know, Jake, that makes a lot of sense. It does. I was spending over $300 a month in fuel before I got this car. You want to know what I spend now? How much you spend now, Jake? Well, give me a second and I'll get a calculator and tell you because my mental math abilities is very, very bad. $88 a month. I should get a Prius. I went from spending $330 a month on fuel to $88. That's why I got a Prius.
That almost pays for the car. Okay.
That's insane.
A good chunk of it, at least. Yeah.
And Priuses aren't that pricey, are they?
No, I got the top of the line model, but
oh, look at you, Mr. Top of the line pickle over here.
Well, honestly, I got it only because literally he cut me such a deal. This car literally just got off the truck, right? So it had 0 miles on it, but for some reason, I don't know why, car salesman cut me a good deal to where the top of the line model was only like $2,000 more.
Well, I don't think
so. I was like, yes, I'll take it.
Well, I might be making a broad generalization here about the Midwest, but I don't think many people in Iowa want a Prius.
Actually, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. They don't. Yeah. No, you're right. I was trying to think of an excuse, and the whole time I'm like, no, never mind. I don't got one.
Like it just seems like a truck country, you know?
It is. Well, you're not getting anywhere in the winter unless you have a truck.
That makes sense.
So
you ain't getting anywhere in your Prius.
And I don't. And I'm glad winter is over. Well, almost. We can get snow in May out here, so we got to be careful about what I say. But
our coldest time of the year here in South Texas is February and March.
Are we really about to have a podcast about weather?
No. What's the next question, Jake?
Okay. Next question. You won't really be able to answer that. Well, you won't really be able to answer that.
All right.
Do you recognize certain people through all your comments? Yes. All right. Moving on. You can't really answer that.
Yeah. No. What?
How did you? Okay. You know what? We can adjust this question. So the question is, how did I meet Grant, Boom, and everybody, etc. But I'm gonna change it. How did you and I meet?
School. Next question.
You don't want to elaborate on it?
We went to film school.
All right. When was the first class that we had together?
What was our first class? What was our first class that we had together?
It was...
Jake, I better remember the first class that took a full sail.
Yeah, dude, what is the first class at full sail? My first one on campus was like history, like film history or something.
You right.
Because I did online to start.
No, you're right. I did the same thing. History of
motion picture.
HMA.
Yeah, that one.
That was a dope class.
It was a dope class. Our first class together, I believe, was, I can't tell you the exact name because screw that, but it was a film set. Is one where we actually had to be on set, right? So it was like one of the...
Was it FI4?
FI4. Yes.
FI3, no?
It was not 3. It was 4.
Wasn't 3 the one where we did The Last Sentinel?
Oh, maybe it was 3. What did we build the cabin? The cabin.
Oh, the cabin.
The cabin. The first cabin.
First cabin?
The first cabin.
Last Sentinel.
Oh, then yeah, FI3 then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so our first class was FI3.
That was the first of many boards that I would stain at my tenure at Full Sail.
Which Full Sail now uses on the actual buildings of their campus.
Yeah, good. I stained so many
You did.
boards. I stained like 200 boards.
Gary Jones, if you're listening to this, you're welcome.
Gary Jones, if you're listening to this, I want my money.
Gary Jones, if you're listening to this, you're an awesome man. I appreciate you. But, you know, if there's one thing I could ask for a Christmas present, it would be full tuition forgiveness.
Gary Jones bought me a sweet tea one time.
Did he? Dude, he would buy like pizza and stuff all the time.
He's a cool guy.
He's a great guy. Great guy. But yeah, FI3 film set, and you and I really didn't even talk on that. I don't think.
I didn't know you were on that set until 2 months later.
Yeah. Yeah. How did I get introduced to the actual group? Was it
documentary, no?
The documentary run, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, and y'all's group was like already pretty much formed except for like the newbies like Hunter and myself.
Yeah,
right?
it was me and Elric first.
And that was it?
I think so.
Oh. Huh. So here's a question. How the heck did I end up getting to be the director of that project? I still wonder it to this day.
Elric didn't want to do it.
Yeah, but then he ended up being producer, which he hated even more.
Because he was like, I wanna see what paperwork's like. I want to be able to do the paperwork. And I'm like, go ahead, bud. That ain't for me.
Yeah, and now he never wants to do it again.
And now he never wants to do it again for good reason.
Yeah. That was I loved doing that documentary, though.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. We need to do the full one.
You know, if you ever want to if you want to get to know somebody and make good friends and stuff, film a documentary over the course of a couple weeks and spend ungodly hours together and drive all across the state of Florida.
We watched the sunrise in Cocoa and the sunset on Tampa on the same day.
We did. We woke up at like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m, right?
Yep.
And we left probably like 3 or 4 a.m. Maybe even earlier, I don't know. We got to Cocoa on the east coast of Florida. We set up and we filmed the sunrise. We drove down to interview the people we were going to, and they canceled on us. Then we're like, well, now what? Also, while we were eating at a place called Sun on the Beach.
Right? Oh, yeah, Sun on the Beach.
Great breakfast food near, where was that near?
Cocoa?
It's south of Cocoa. It's near a different beach.
Canaveral?
I don't know, dude. I can't remember. Anyways, great place to eat. And then we were like, I don't know who said it, but the Florida Aquarium. So we drove across the state to Tampa. And we got there like a little bit before they closed. And some nice security guard. God, what was his name?
Oh, I don't remember the dude's name. But the point being, we got to the Florida Aquarium.
Yeah.
And we asked him how much the ticket was to see if we can like walk in. And it was too much money for like an hour. And the dude was pretty much like, you shouldn't buy it. You just wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right, then. And then we were like, can we talk to anybody to like talk about filming documentary? And the person at the ticket booth was basically like, I really don't know who you'd talk to. You'd have to call, you'd have to send an email and stuff. And so we stood outside the aquarium talking about it.
Yeah.
And I guess the security guard overheard us and he walked up to us and he was basically like, well, like, I know the person you should talk to if you want to film something like that. And he like took you guys directly to like the media manager, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Nicest security guard ever. Thank you.
Super cool dude.
Thank you for that. Also, Florida Aquarium, if you guys ever want to make like an actual full scale documentary, hit us up. Or we'll hit you up probably, more specifically. Yeah. But yeah,
that back.
Long story short, you want to get to know somebody, drive all the way to Cocoa on the East Coast from Orlando, then drive all the way to Tampa and experience both the sunrise and sunset on 2 separate coasts in the same day.
Which, by the way, I didn't need to be there.
No, you did not.
And they drug me.
Yep.
At 3 a.m. And they're like, come on, just for the company. And I'm like, I hate you all.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience in hindsight.
No, it was. It's one of the more memorable things we did.
Yeah.
For sure. Except for the one dude, I'm not going to say his name, but he didn't do anything. And we told the instructors, and I think did he fail?
I think so.
I think he failed. He didn't do anything. But anyways.
Next question, Jake.
Long story short, we saw both the sunrise and sunset in the same day together. Also, have I ever told you? I might not have.
What?
You know, Hunter and I had a GoPro set up in his car as we drove across the state to get like time-lapse footage just in case, right? Obviously, that's recording audio, right?
Yeah.
You want to know why we never gave that footage to you?
Why?
Because Hunter and I were talking mad crap on everybody the whole ride. And when we got, like, we were editing at Full Sail and like the fishbowl, and we go to like hand this over, like Hunter goes to give it to you. He's like, oh yeah, I have this. And I remember going up to Hunter and be like, I don't know. And then he looks at me and he just gets a realization on his face. He's like, oh God. So we go outside to listen to us talking crap. And I remember Elric was trying to hear it, and we just kept like being like, go away.
That's funny.
But we also talked about a lot more than just that is not podcast friendly.
I see.
So anyways, I don't know if I've ever told you that, so I thought I would say it.
No, I think Hunter did though.
Okay. I think he deleted that footage too. By the way.
No, he did.
Yeah. Yeah, because we went back in and were like, it's gone, dude. I don't know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He was like, I don't know what happened to it.
Okay, so here's some questions I didn't answer the other day. Gilbert, what do you think of garden gnomes?
I feel like they're misunderstood.
Do you want to elaborate or leave it at that?
You ever seen Phineas and Ferb?
I have seen Phineas and Ferb.
You know Doofenshmirtz?
I do.
How he spent his childhood as a garden gnome?
Yes.
I just look at garden gnomes and I'm like, that could be a child. And I leave it at that.
Okay. They're misunderstood.
They're misunderstood.
A 6-year-old asks you if Santa Claus is real. What do you say?
Is this my 6-year-old?
This is a 6-year-old.
A 6-year-old.
So I'm assuming not your child.
No, of course he's not real. Get over it.
Love it. Love it. What would your last meal on death row be?
Oof, that's a tough question.
I know what I'd choose.
What would you choose?
An all-you-can-eat buffet, because I'd say I'm not done. It's all I can eat.
So you know how when you die,
yeah,
you defecate yourself,
right?
I'm lactose intolerant, so I think I'd go with like a cheese platter.
Just because it's delicious and a big like just screw you to the people.
Yeah, out of spite.
Love it. If you could redesign the food pyramid without any dire health consequences, how would it look?
Cake would be the base.
Okay.
Followed closely by meat.
Yeah.
Followed closely by fish.
Uh-huh.
And then the remaining like third of the triangle would just be sweet tea.
Oh, dude. No. I'm sorry. I know you're from the South and sweet tea is everything, boy, but no.
You monster. I forgot about that until just right now.
I'm from the North. We don't do sweet tea in the North, boss.
How do you not do sweet tea?
We don't do sweet tea in the North. It's tea. Regular tea.
It's God's gift. You've seen how much sweet tea I consume.
I know how much sweet tea you consume. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing.
You could drink 3 pitchers full, I swear.
It's so good.
Not for me, boss.
You're insane. You're insane.
Yeah, it's, to each his own.
Leave in the comments down below. Well, most of your freaking subscribers are from the Midwest, aren't they?
Probably, yeah.
Those few of you that like sweet tea and side with me, leave it in the comments down below.
Gilbert's trying to start a cult.
The cult of Lipton.
The Lipton cult. Lovely.
Delicious.
You're trapped on a life raft with a nun, an old man, and a baby. There's only room for 3 of you, and you must decide who you throw off the raft. Who do you choose and why?
The baby.
Fair. Do you want to explain?
What is it going to contribute to our survival?
Smooth. All right. And it's like food requirements are much more difficult to come by than your normal developed person.
To be fair, now that you mentioned food requirements, you gotta feed the nun and the priest.
Well, as a nun and an old man.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's tough
the old man can't contribute much.
But the old man could have a lot of wisdom.
He could, or he could be like illiterate.
Yes. The baby is, I don't know, that one's difficult.
I can trade and barter a baby.
Look, I see it as this. If I'm keeping the baby, I gotta keep the nun. Right?
Yeah.
But to me, the one to get rid of, I don't know, dude, I gotta get rid of all of them. I don't need none of you.
Who needs them?
I don't need none of you.
See, I think upon thinking about it for more than 2.5 seconds,
yeah,
I think I'd get rid of the old man.
Yeah. I think the old man would probably voluntarily leave as well.
It depends on the old man.
It does.
If it was a
wait, why am I not the choice? Why can't I get rid of myself?
Right, I've been wanting to get rid of myself for years.
Because that's my first choice here. Jeez, this is turning dark. That's a good question, though.
It is a good question.
That's a good question. I don't know. Look, it's rough. It's rough because, like, what value do any of them provide? Honestly,
I think we need descriptions of these people and what they know.
I need to know their skill sets and their weaknesses.
Because an old man, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, is a pretty old man. You know?
Yeah, but he'd be pretty resourceful.
But he's jacked still.
Yeah.
And he could, like, make a raft.
Or what if we're talking like an old man, but that old man happens to be Bear Grylls just down the road? Of course I'm going to keep Bear Grylls.
Like, because, like, the way I see it is the old man is either just the baby, but more difficult to deal with.
Yeah, they both require you to feed them, take care of them, and clean their diapers. So,
yeah. Or he's a bucket of wisdom.
Right. And he could be like, hey, you're stupid. That's not how you cook that. Or hey, don't drink that. You need to purify that water first. It's like, well, which are pretty basic things to think of, right? But still, you get my point.
Yeah, it's tough. I need more information.
So it's like, to me, like, what purpose and how old is the baby? Right? Does this baby need to nurse? Right? Does it need milk?
I don't think so.
Can it eat solids? What are we at here?
Where did you get this baby from?
And whose baby? Why do you have a baby?
There's too many questions. I need further explanation.
Develop your backstory more and come back to this.
If you don't have your 5 turning points in your story, I'm not going to answer your question.
I'm really not understanding the motivation. Then what's the inciting incident behind this? Why are we on the life raft with these people?
Why are we on it? Yeah, what caused this?
Which you can actually play with that, and that would be a great purpose. And then you answer that later on in this story. I don't know, dude. We could turn this into a film. We could turn this into a short film. It raises a lot of
stupid question into a film.
It raises a lot of good questions, though.
And then it has an ambiguous ending.
Of course, it has an ambiguous ending. The dude from Lost just pops up out of the bunker, and you're like, "Wait, are these people just people that got separated from the group on Lost this whole time?"
Right.
Moving on.
It's dumb. Next question, Jake.
Who's your favorite cartoon character? It's a hard one.
Oh, God.
That's such a hard one. Can we break it down farther? Like, can we go like per like studio, like Warner Brothers kind of stuff, like Looney Tunes kind of stuff, and then like Nick stuff, like, you know what I'm saying?
But
Disney stuff.
You know what? What are we considering cartoons?
I would say anything animated. Well, stuff you would watch as a child. I assume that's what they're asking.
Stuff I would watch as a child.
Yeah.
As long as it was shown in the States.
I would argue it could be anywhere as long as you watched it as a child.
Okay, now I'm going to go Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Because I still watch that.
Fair. I don't know who my favorite cartoon character would be. It's too broad, dude.
It is really broad. It is like, really broad. I kind of copped out.
I loved like Looney Tunes and stuff.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, like, I don't know, Star Wars The Clone Wars, pretty good. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I need to watch the new episodes of Star Wars The Clone Wars. I haven't watched them yet.
I do too, but I want to wait until the series finishes or the season finishes.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, we talked for Star Wars for about 2 hours.
It was 30 minutes.
On the last podcast.
We talked about Star Wars for 30 minutes. It was a great conversation.
It felt like it was hours.
Dude, it was 30 minutes. I watched the counter.
That's funny.
Yeah. But it was a great conversation because I love Star Wars and we're both film people.
Yeah.
It was just a great conversation.
It was good. We should do a Star Wars podcast one day.
We should. Just all Star. I'd be down. All Star Wars. Yeah. Absolutely.
I was going to start talking about it now, but I feel like this isn't the podcast.
No, dude. We got to dedicate that to its own.
Yeah, I agree. All
right. I'm looking forward to it. That'll be awesome.
What's the next question?
I don't know. Find it, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. Who's the question? What's a question? Why are we here?
I'm out of questions.
You ever wonder why we're here, Jake?
Why are we here? What is our purpose on this world? Are we talking just individually or as a whole, as a humanity?
Well, scientifically, our purpose is to reproduce and die.
Yeah. That's true. But like,
so I don't know.
From like a philosophical as a like all of humanity or individually?
I don't know.
Huh. Well,
both.
Okay. Individually, my purpose, and I think this is going to be the same for like everyone, is to acquire true happiness. I think that's that's what everyone strives for. Even if you say something different, even if you say like, my purpose is to help others, or my purpose is to make a bunch of money, or whatever. Well, you're probably doing that because you want to be happy, right? And that just makes sense. So I'd say that is it. But as a humanity as a whole, maybe even just the same. Honestly,
define spatial happiness,
right? Like. Acquiring an equilibrium between everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like true peace, true happiness, true prosperity.
See, I'm thinking I have to flip it on its head. I think the true purpose of human beings is to conquer all that God has created.
Okay. Fair enough. We're like barbarians, just going to conquer everything.
They're like the Vikings of the universe,
or the Europe, or the Englishmen. Because let's be honest,
or the British.
The British did it. They went everywhere, even in Star Wars.
A lot of bad things.
Yeah, everyone's done a lot of bad things. You look at a lot of different countries.
I think the British have a long history of it, though.
Fair. Shout out to all my British peeps.
Shout out to the Brits.
I pounded my chest in case anyone's
I love
wondering.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Never actually watched Doctor Who.
It's very good.
Well, that's good.
I approve.
Okay. Very nice. Do you watch? Ooh, we might make some people, and this isn't controversial, but I still might make some people hate me. No. We got into
controversial.
This isn't controversial, like politically.
Kanye 2020.
Oh man, that's something. That's a saying. So you watch. My audience is going to be like, you weeb. You watch anime, right?
Gratuitous amounts.
Okay. I'm watching right now, and I need to watch this week's episode. I haven't yet. Oh shoot, I should do that. I like to watch My Hero Academia. Do you watch that one?
I do.
How you been liking it?
Actually, now that we're talking about My Hero, me and my girlfriend are going to go watch the movie that just came out on Tuesday.
Two Heroes? That one?
Yes.
Nice.
No. Wait.
No.
Isn't Two Heroes the old one?
Is that the old one? What's the new one called? I can't remember.
Heroes Rising, I think?
Oh, yeah. Heroes Rising.
Yeah,
that's it.
We are going to go watch Heroes Rising on Tuesday, and I'm very, very excited for it. I'm liking it. I'm liking this new season, except for the newer episodes, because it's gotten back to like the school dynamic, and I have to see Bakugo's stupid face again.
Yeah.
And I hate that, man.
I love when we start to dive more into the villain side of things.
Yeah.
Which with
Overhaul was such a good villain.
Yeah, he was. I don't want to get into like the manga of stuff because it's not in the anime yet.
Have you read the manga?
I haven't read it, but I follow a YouTuber who breaks stuff down.
So you're more of a My Hero weeb than I am.
I am. I am.
That's that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love My Hero, but they're my heroes. Okay.
Yo, you should have My Hero pickle shirts.
Dude, I should get someone to make my character, like, it's a quirk. They turn into a formal pickle.
That would be awesome. That would be
Wait. Would my quirk be just a mutation quirk? Because I feel like that'd be a mutation quirk. And I wouldn't be able to turn it off. That'd make more sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be an emitter class. It'd have to be a mutation.
God, you're a weeb.
I have just lost all of my following. Because we are diving into like anime and stuff now, and everybody that watches my channel, I guarantee it, like 99% are like, I don't watch that stuff.
Why do you use that voice?
I don't know. Now it's 99.9% are gone.
Bob, I don't watch them damn animes.
I don't watch that stuff. They make, I think we messed up Japan back in the day, man. You look at what we done did to Japan, and now they're cranking out all this cat people stuff. Yeah. I don't know what the heck's that about.
Yo, Elon Musk is trying to make cat girls real.
Hey,
the boy Elon coming in clutch again.
Oh
God,
yeah.
This is such a weeby conversation.
It is.
My buddy get worse.
My buddy Max literally has a gigantic like poster custom made of him and his harem behind him.
That's weeby.
And it's called Max's Weeaboo Collection.
That's funny though.
Yeah, he's a character, dude. I've been trying to get him on for a podcast. I need to do that. But
that would be cool. That's hilarious.
But anyways, like in the manga, we're kind of in the villain arc right now, or getting into it more. It's going to be super good. I hope the anime does it justice. It's going to be real good.
I've heard there's some cool stuff coming in.
Dude,
I try not to spoil it for myself.
Yeah. No, I was trying that at first too, but then I'm like, I need more. But dude, Deku, all right. I'm not going to say more, but the dude gets crazy. All right. Anyways,
well, I assume so. Spoilers for the latest season of My Hero. But this is your warning if you do happen to watch it. When he and Eri team up.
Yeah.
Dude. And he goes 100%.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a glimpse of the future.
Yeah, dude, and not even, because like, sure, that's 100%, but he don't know how to use it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I haven't watched this episode from this Saturday, but like the one last week, he finally learned something new from All Might that was like detrimental. It's like huge what he just learned last week. So like, imagine if he had figured that out, and he kind of sort of did, but imagine if he actually was conscious about it when he was 100%.
Wait. Do you watch in Japanese?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I would rather watch in English, but dude, I just need it now. I will rewatch it when it's dubbed.
I only watch it dubbed.
I will rewatch when it's dubbed. I know, dude. I'm stupid. I'm stupid into My Hero Academia.
That's funny, but you don't watch any other anime.
No, I have, and I do. I liked Death Note, most of it.
Okay.
Like before happens.
Yeah.
I assume you know what is. I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't seen a show that's super old, but
good show.
It's a great show. Lately I've been watching a show called Black Butler.
Black Butler's good.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I haven't watched it for a bit. Dynamic. I haven't watched it for a bit. I need to pick it back. I have a subscription to Funimation just so I can watch stuff.
I do too. I'm gonna give you a recommendation.
Okay.
Watch Drifters.
Drifters, I haven't seen that one.
It is a like historical almost anime.
Okay.
And it's freaking cool.
You know what you know what I tend to find? This is what drives my interest in different animes. Aside from like My Hero and Death Note, really. Well, yeah, Death Note still kind of counts in that. Doesn't count in My Hero though. I love things that are demonic, Satanist. Like I love things that, I know that sounds so messed up, right? But I don't know, they're just so interesting to me. Like these dark storylines about demons, like these ancient wars between demons and blah blah blah.
Tell you what, you should watch Black Clover then. Black Clover,
I need to check it out then.
There's 120 episodes so far, and they're still going. But this latest like arc had a lot to do with stuff like that, and it got real crazy real fast.
Good. I love it when stuff gets stupid dark and down like rabbit holes, like super cult like.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Then you'll like that.
Sweet. I can't wait.
It's gonna have to watch it. Stuff. Good stuff.
If anyone is still here through the anime conversation, then you are probably into anime a little bit. Let me know what you watch down below in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, that is. But I feel like we should. I could talk about this stuff all day, but I feel like we should switch topics because 95%.
We should also have an anime podcast one day.
Absolutely.
Maybe we should do that one. Maybe we should do that one live.
That'd be good. I actually put out a poll on. I need to do it on YouTube, but I put it out on Twitter. I need to check it. I asked people what they thought if I do podcast live versus recorded. Let me check this because I haven't seen the results.
Yeah, check it out.
Wow, 9 votes, killer. 89% of the 9 people said yes.
You know what? I take that as a yes.
All right. 9 people have spoken. I have spoken.
They have spoken.
They have spoken. This is the way.
This is the way. Then watch Mandalorian. Watch Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is so good, dude. Oh, we have to talk about it so in depth in the Star Wars one, too. I love Mandalorian. Dave Filoni.
Mandalorian's so good.
Dave Filoni, you are my god. Okay? I'm going to start a religion that is about Dave Filoni.
The Filoniism?
Filoniism. I'm going to start it. It's going to be a thing.
Do it.
Guarantee you a lot of Star Wars fandom will be in on it.
Probably.
How do we dig ourselves out of this weird anime hole?
Out of this weird anime rut?
Yeah. What do we do here? We need a shift.
So Jake, when you came back into Rocket League?
Oh, Rocket League. I love Rocket League. You want to know the truth?
What?
I don't know, because I never have time to play video games for fun. I only ever play video games to record me playing a game.
That makes sense.
Because I just don't have time otherwise. But
so you heard it here first, folks. Jake will play other games when we get to 1 million and he can quit his job.
Yeah, definitely. When I can when I can fire a whole staff. No.
Oh.
When I can hire
the whole staff?
Hire with an H. When I can hire a whole staff to handle all the post work and I just have to record. That's the goal. That's the goal for sure. If you were a YouTuber and you're looking no, I'm not going to do the ad again. Y'all already heard it.
InsideStudios.org.
InsideStudios.org.
Why is it .org?
Because I can't do .com. It's taken. What do you want me to do? .info?
.gov.
.biz? Oh no, those are reserved for government sites. You can't even get one. .tv? What am I supposed to do? No one uses those.
Doesn't Twitch use .tv?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
You totally use .tv.
But we're not a TV. We're not a... That's not what we do.
Neither is Twitch.
Yeah, but we're also not... We're not an organization either, really.
Exactly.
Look, I can't... .com's taken. What do you want from me?
Who has it?
InsideStudios.com. Don't go there. That's not us. It's already taken.
Oh, they also do video. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but not in the market that we do.
Oh no, they don't. They don't. They do like West Coast customs.
Yeah.
Oh God. The logo's kind of lame though.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I have, but I don't remember what it looked like. Dude, I got the lower third made today.
Did you?
Yeah. It's not bad. I think it'll do. I'll send it to you.
By the way, I don't see the intro in the drive.
It's there. General use. 80s intro.
I think. Oh, I see it. I found it. I see it.
Right.
It's there. It's here. My phone, my laptop has been freaking out with the drive. I'll be like,
dude, the drive's been freaking out.
Does it?
Yeah, on occasion. Sometimes I can't even upload stuff to it.
Because you'll be like, hey, the video's on the drive, and I'll be like, oh, dope. And I go and check my laptop and I'm like, check the video's not on the drive. The video's not on the drive. But then I check on my phone, and then it pops up on my phone. And I'm like, what? And so I go to my laptop and I refresh, and then it pops up, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know, boss. Gotta love it. Google Drive, very reliable.
Gotta love remote editing.
Yeah, I offered you a solution, and he didn't want to take it, man.
I'm not moving to Iowa, Jake.
Why not, bro?
You should move to Texas.
Nah, I'm good. For real, though, I have got to pee like a racehorse. I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm going to do that. Gilbert, feel free to talk to people about anything and everything. Maybe talk to them about, I don't know, Insight Studios. Maybe talk to them about literally anything. I don't know.
Wait, talk to them about what?
I was going to go pee, and I was going to let you talk if you wanted to. Either way, I'm going to cut this part if you don't talk. Oh. But if you do have stuff you want to say, then now's the time to say it. But I'm going to go to the bathroom. Be right back.
Okay. I got nothing. If you want to see different games on the channel, let us know. Because I would like to see things other than fields every once in a while. I know that's like what you guys like. But please.
Are you eating chips?
I'm hungry, dude.
How unprofessional!
I'm starving.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd eat chips right now if I could. I don't have any chips.
Tortilla chips.
What?
The tortilla chips.
Yeah, I should just drive. Oh my God. I'm going to drive 20 minutes into town, buy chips and salsa, drive 20 minutes back, and eat them.
Do you guys have Moe's in Iowa?
No, I wish.
That's the one thing I miss about Florida.
Moe's was good.
Moe's is good.
However, we do have a Chipotle substitute called Pancheros.
I think I've heard of Pancheros.
Pancheros is good. Their queso is better than.
I am not a
Chipotle.
fan of. If you ever come to Austin, I don't live in Austin, but I love Austin. If you ever go to Austin, go to Torchy's Tacos.
Okay.
They have some weird tacos that are delicious, but they also have something we call chole queso, which is chorizo and cheese and queso. Yeah. And God, is it good.
You know how earlier I said I wouldn't move to Texas?
Yeah.
Now I'm interested.
Austin has some of the best food in Texas.
Austin
and Houston.
I've applied at some jobs in Austin.
Really?
Uh-huh. I got told no because I live in Iowa, but I have applied.
You should have been like, I'll move.
I was like, I'll move. There was still there
was some film jobs in Houston willing to pay for relocation.
I've applied in Houston too.
Really?
And I think there's somewhere in Dallas as well.
That's funny.
Where, but I've applied everywhere, dude. I've applied in Washington, Oregon, California. Ironically, I haven't applied back at dude. Full Sail's got a position open for a video editor. Did you know that?
I'm not going back to Florida, Jake.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm not going back to Florida. I'd rather be poor.
Fair.
You don't understand my deep-seated hatred for Florida.
Yeah, but the palm trees were nice.
I hate palm trees. I got palm trees here. They suck.
Dude, I'm from the north. I ain't got no palm trees. Palm trees are the best.
Roaches live in them. They build nests, and then you shake the... You ever seen 10,000 roaches come out of a palm tree?
No.
It's disturbing.
Well, at least you don't get down to -50 and have 12 feet of snow.
You know what? I would like that every once in a while.
Really?
Every once in a while. I'm not talking about as much as you get it.
Fair.
But every once in a while.
Colorado,
I haven't seen snow. I haven't seen snow since 2004.
Colorado. Colorado's the place to go.
Yeah, Colorado.
It's far enough south that they really don't get too much snow, and it doesn't get too cold, but it does. Like, it gets cold enough and plenty of snow. You got the mountains there. There's actually an up-and-coming, like, the film community is growing in Colorado.
I saw that.
So, I don't know, dude. Colorado,
Jake,
place to go.
I mentioned this on yesterday's podcast that will never be seen by the light of day.
Yeah.
When you were trying to convince me to move to Iowa,
yeah,
I rebutted with, let's all move to Wyoming.
I don't know about Wyoming, dude. I'd be down with Colorado.
Turns out, Wyoming has some pretty good film incentives.
Do they really?
Yeah.
And I wonder why.
Better than Georgia.
Why is no one filming in Wyoming then?
Because no one wants to go to Wyoming.
Yeah. Probably.
There's just nothing there.
I don't know, dude. Colorado's pretty nice. I like that state a lot.
Colorado, from what I hear, is nice. My grandma's from Colorado.
It's very nice. Elric lived in Colorado for a while.
Yeah, he was like born in Colorado and lived there for like 3 years. And then like they moved to Arizona, which is like the biggest downgrade. No offense to Arizona.
Right? I don't know, dude. I'd live in Colorado though. Absolutely.
No offense to Arizona, but you also had, what was that man's name? Joe Arpaio?
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, screw that guy. Look him up after this if you don't know who he is. He's a terrible human being.
All right. Will do. What were we talking about? Oh, I like Colorado because I like mountains. That's it.
Never seen a mountain.
Huh?
I've never seen a mountain.
Oh, let's take a trip to Colorado.
I've seen a mountain like on TV
no.
But like,
let's take a trip to Colorado, just you and me.
I don't know about that one, Jake.
First class tickets.
If you get first class tickets, I'll go.
Yeah, okay, well, I can say the first class.
I can get first class on Allegiant.
How about business class? It's the equivalent to first class.
Is it though?
For Southwest?
I was tempted. So when I went to Florida, I had money.
Okay.
Because I got loans and I got a lump sum for 4 months and I could do whatever I wanted with that money. Of course, I was smart about it, sadly.
Yeah.
But there was one time when I hated driving from Texas to Florida for breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one time I was really tempted to get a first class ticket from Texas to Florida and then ship my car.
Jeez.
I was real tempted. And I
was
like,
break? Just for the break?
Yeah.
Dude, our breaks were short at Full Sail. They're like a week.
Yeah.
Nah.
The drive took 3 days though, or 2 days.
Yeah. My family, whenever a break came up, they'd be like, hey, you want to come back? And depending on the time of the year, I say yes. So I would fly Orlando to Dallas, Dallas to Des Moines, or Orlando to Houston, Houston to Des Moines.
Nah, man. If I wanted to go home, I had to drive. And I cried. I flew a couple times. I flew twice. I
didn't pay for the flights. I'm an only child, right? Mm-hmm. So my family got they real missed me, right? So they paid for it.
No, I got home and my mom was like, "Oh, you're back," and I'm like, "What?
Who are you?"
Like, okay.
Like, it's me, Mama. It's Gilbert.
And I'm home. And she's like, you left?
I thought you were just chilling in your room. I never see you anymore. You never come out to talk to me. Oh, gee.
I don't even live with my mom.
Yeah, neither do I.
Hey.
I eat with my family every night, though.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I spend 30 minutes with them every night trying to get that quality time. They try to make me spend even longer, and then I'm like, but I got work to do.
I got things to do, Mom.
I have videos to work on. And they're like, the videos can wait. And then I'm like, no.
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
I don't know. What are we talking? How did we get off onto this tangent?
I don't know.
I said mountains are dope. I'd buy you a first class ticket.
Ticket. Yeah.
But no, for real though, I'd be down to live in Colorado. I like that state.
I'd be down to visit.
Yeah, I know. What's his name? Elric would be down to live there too.
I could be down to live there.
The only thing I have against it is it's more expensive. But
I just don't see myself ever leaving Texas.
Yeah. Fair.
Texas is so nice.
There's a lot of good about Texas.
There's a lot bad.
Yeah.
There's a lot good.
That's everywhere. Everywhere has good and bad.
This is true. But like
yeah, it's home. That's got to be the biggest factor of it, right?
It's just nowhere else feels like Texas.
That's such a Texas thing to say.
It is such a Texas thing to say, but it's true. Like, you go, because I've been to California, I've been to Georgia, I've been to Alabama, Missouri, Florida, and nothing feels like Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I went like north more, Missouri.
Parts of Missouri ain't bad.
Parts of Missouri ain't bad.
Well, yeah, you're starting to get into. No offense to anyone from Missouri. This is just a joke that Iowa makes about Missouri. Relax, you guys make your jokes about us. When you get down to Missouri, you're starting to get into kiss your cousin country. So.
Oh, like Alabama.
Yeah, and then Missouri's rebuttal to that would be, oh yeah, well Iowa stands for idiots out wandering around because no one knows how to drive. So. But
you got like, you can't blame Iowa for not knowing how to drive. Like they see like a person on the road every like 10 minutes, don't you?
Yeah, at best. Depends on where you are.
You can drive however the hell you want.
Like where I live right now, I could drive from here to town depending on the day. Like today on a Sunday, I could drive from where I am now all the way to town. It's a 20-minute drive. And I would maybe see 2 cars at best.
Yeah, see?
But then obviously you go an extra just an extra 20 minutes, you get to the metro area, Des Moines, which is actually one of the fastest growing metro areas in the country. Did you know that?
No, I don't research Des Moines.
It's stupid. It's growing way too fast. Anyways, you get up there and holy God, there's a lot of people. There's a whole lot of people.
Do you work in Des Moines?
I do not. I do not work in Des Moines, no. I thought about getting an apartment in the Des Moines area, though. But apartment, rent is stupid expensive.
I mean, how far are you out from Des Moines? Like an hour?
From where?
From like your little town.
From Des Moines?
Yeah, from you to Des Moines.
Yeah, depending on where you go, it's at the shortest 45 minutes, 50 minutes.
That's not terrible.
Yeah. It just depends where you go. Like 50 minutes.
An hour and 30 minutes away from the closest beach.
I am I am from the closest beach. Hey Siri, where's the closest beach? No, that's Iowa's definition of a beach. That is not a true beach because that's not an ocean. Stop telling me that stuff, Siri. You're worthless.
I assume it's Alabama beaches, no?
Siri told me that wasn't nice. It said a town near me, and I'm like, that's not a beach. That's a shoreline to a lake. There's not even sand there. It's like
this is mud.
This is mud. And if there is sand, they trucked it in.
I think it's Alabama beaches that you would be closest to.
Probably. Yeah. You know, Oklahoma has a statewide ban on whaling.
What?
So Oklahoma has a statewide ban on whaling.
I don't want to talk about Oklahoma, man. Oklahoma.
And I don't know.
Offense.
For those of you who don't know your geography, Oklahoma is not on the coast.
It's landlocked. Between Texas and Louisiana and some other states that don't matter.
Ooh.
They matter if you live there, though.
There you go.
But they don't matter to me.
That's
Oklahoma doesn't matter to me.
Ooh.
What's in Oklahoma? Clay?
Yeah. I don't know. We're starting to get into
anytime I met someone from Oklahoma, they're like, the state's bad. Like, I've never met someone from Oklahoma who's like, I love Oklahoma.
See, everyone I've met from Oklahoma absolutely loves the state. And I'm like, I don't know.
It's a lot of clay in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, I'm from Iowa. I love it because it's home. But am I going to say it's the best state to live in out of any state there is? Heck no.
Of course not, because it's Texas.
Nah. I don't even know if I'd say that.
See, that's the difference between Texans and other people.
And most people are like, yeah, my state has a lot of problems. Texas is like, screw you, they ain't problems, they're quirks. You don't like it.
Road bumps.
It's your problem.
Man, I pledged allegiance to the state for the first 18 years of my life.
Y'all have a state pledge? Yes,
I pledged allegiance to the Texas flag.
Oh my God.
One state, under God, indivisible, for liberty.
Well, y'all just stole the not even original.
No, not at all. It's just a Pledge of Allegiance, but with Texas in it.
Oh my, that's so Texas. The amount of Texas that is hurts my soul.
Yeah, dude, I pledged my life to this state.
We didn't even. There came a point where we didn't even pledge the United States in school.
Ooh, that's a topic.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. But we darn sure didn't pledge our state. What the?
Dude, Texas raises its flag at the same level of the United States flag.
How does that work? On the same pole?
No, not on the same pole.
I was going to say, that doesn't seem like it's quite possible.
It's not. Yeah, well, we're like, I think only 7 other states do it.
Oh, so you're not that special.
No, but they only talk about us because all the other ones like Wyoming or like Nebraska or like states that don't really care about the flag or like, I mean, they probably care about the flag, but they're not as much as we do.
You know, the state of Wyoming has the least restrictions out of any state.
They want people to move there. They're like, look, you can do whatever you want. Just please.
Wyoming.
Come to Wyoming. If anyone lives in Wyoming, what is it like in Wyoming? I imagine it's peaceful.
I've been to Wyoming many a time. Yeah, there's like no one there. In fact, it is the least populated, like per capita state there is.
What's the biggest city in Wyoming?
Cheyenne, probably.
Oh, I heard that city in a song.
And we're probably talking like, I don't know, I'm going to guess it's like 300,000 maybe. No, it can't be. Yeah. That's like almost the whole state. That's like the whole state practically.
Oh my God, Cheyenne's small.
Yeah. Yeah, no, legit. Wyoming literally has like 300-some thousand people that live in it, I think. I could be very wrong on that. And anyone from Wyoming, I'm sorry. But.
Oh my God. Cheyenne has a population of 63,000 people.
Yeah, and that's probably the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Yeah. That's how there's nothing in Wyoming, dude.
That's insane.
I know.
Like, that's how many people my city has. And my city isn't huge, you know?
Yeah.
But in the whole state of Wyoming,
it's like 300,000, right? 300 something thousand.
That's insane. Yo, Wyoming, you hook me up.
Wyoming? Is that what you said? Wyoming?
Well, it's Wyoming, right?
Yeah. I thought you were saying Wyoming. like why, but it was like a cross between Wyoming and my homie.
Yo, Wyoming. No, but for real, Wyoming state government, hit me up.
For what?
I don't know.
You want them to pay you to move there?
Alaska does.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want to handle Alaska in the winter, though.
I don't want to handle Alaska.
Well, all right. I hear it's pretty, but, you know.
No, I'm sure it's beautiful.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll probably die. I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
I'll visit in the summer.
Fair enough.
What's in Montana? Anything in Montana?
Not a whole lot.
Is it less than Wyoming?
Is it what?
Is it less than Wyoming?
Nah, Wyoming is the least populated and least of everything, pretty much. Montana is massive, though. Some roads don't even have speed limits. And
that's dope.
You get to where the Rockies are, you start to get to the west side of Wyoming. It's pretty. It's really pretty. Other than that, it's essentially the plains in Canada.
Well, that's where Yellowstone is, no? Wyoming?
Yep.
Interesting. You know, when I first met you, I thought you lived in Idaho.
I know. Everyone thinks that. Everyone messes it up.
And then I still joke around that you grow potatoes.
I know. Everyone does. Don't worry. Idaho's pretty too, though. Have you seen pictures?
No, I've never seen pictures of Idaho.
Beautiful.
Oh, there. I've seen pictures of Boise.
Oh, yeah.
But that's about it.
No, Idaho's beautiful.
You want to know the only reason I looked up pictures of Boise?
No.
I was tempted. Oh, okay. I won't tell you.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me.
I was tempted to go to Boise State for college.
Oh.
Only because their football field is blue.
And that was it?
I think it's super cool. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to Boise.
So if they had a questionnaire on why did you choose our academic program, your response would be because you painted grass blue?
Yeah. It looks cool, dude.
I think you would have gotten kicked out.
No. How many people choose to go to Boise?
I don't know.
Besides, like, those who live in the area.
Are they good at sports? I don't know. I don't keep up on college.
They used to be.
Oh. Probably
Boise
not many
State
anymore.
Was pretty big at one point.
Huh.
Not so much anymore.
How about it? I don't know. I don't know. I've been in a lot of places. My least favorite place overall, just like as a region, is the East Coast. Not a fan, personally.
I mean, you're a Midwestern boy. I think you would hate the East Coast.
Yeah, you're right. But I like the West Coast. I might disagree with a lot about the West Coast, but I like the West Coast. It's beautiful.
It's just like how Artie would despise the Midwest.
I know. I remember him saying we've talked about that stuff like that, and he said like I don't want to like live in and it was like the suburbs. Okay, it wasn't the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Georgia, you talking about Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Our friend Artie, he's also from film school. He just moved to Georgia to go into the scene. And he was living like 30 minutes outside the metropolitan area. And he was like, he already moved, but he was always like, I want to live in the sticks. I don't want to live in the boonies. I was like, that ain't the boonies, boy.
That ain't the boonies.
You got a Walmart a 10-minute drive from you. That ain't the boonies.
No. And he was like, but what if I I don't know, dude, I just don't feel safe. Like, what if I go to the gas station and I get shanked? I'm like, probably more likely to happen in the metro.
Honestly.
I've never understood that. People from the city honestly are like afraid of the country because they're like, oh no, I'm going to get shanked in the middle of nowhere.
Because like the hills have eyes and stuff.
And it's like, no, you're not. In fact, first of all, that's because there's probably no one else at this gas station.
Yeah, more than likely. I'll tell you what, though. There was one. I'm usually pretty cool with like the country, because a lot of Texas is like that.
Yeah.
But there was one place where I was legitimately scared.
Oh.
And that was a place called Estill, South Carolina.
Oh. Yeah.
Tiny town.
Yeah.
And it was as a as a brown boy in a little town in South Carolina, I was a little scared.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Beautiful place, but
right. I grew up on the farm, in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And then moved to a city with the same population as my home state. It was a little different. I liked a lot about it, though. There's a lot of convenience that comes with it. No,
there is. Everything stays open till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Everyone's always awake.
Yeah. And you can disappear, which I love. I know that sounds weird. You're like, what? This sounds like murderous. No. I mean, like, small town like Iowa, you could literally talk to someone you've never met in your life. Like, you could be driving down the road, you could pull up to someone that's got a flat tire. You could be like 4 hours away from where you live, and you're helping them with their tire, and they're like, "Oh, so you're down around by blah blah blah? Do you know blah blah blah?" And then you'd be like, "Yeah, that's my cousin." Every time someone who knows someone, always in this state. There's no hiding.
That's terrifying.
There's no peace. No peace.
That's scary.
I know.
Like, eventually that happens here where I live.
Yeah.
Because it's usually because often if you're from here, you never leave.
That's a lot true with the Midwest too.
And there's like big groups of families. Like, my family takes up a large majority of a city that's close by,
Jeez.
So like anyone in that city will know someone from my family.
Right.
But then like after you like spread out a little bit, then it becomes less and less and less. And then you get like an hour away and you're like, who are you?
Yeah, I've talked to people, and here's where it even gets even more crazy. Like, it could cross state lines, right?
Yeah.
I could talk to someone from Missouri down there in Kissy Cousin country, like Missouri, right?
Missouri.
And they'd be like, "Oh, you went to school with blah, blah, blah. I'm friends with them." And I'd be like, "Oh my God, how does everyone know everyone? What do we do? Keep track of all of each other? Do we all go to meetings weekly at the courthouse and just be like, what did Jim do today?" Like,
that's funny.
So you ever want like any peace? Like, if you have, if for some reason you do not fit the overall like belief structure or social acceptance or whatever you want to call it, of the populace, and you have something about like you are interested in something that is just different to them, yeah, keep it to yourself.
That's funny.
It's I don't know, dude. It's weird. Like, if I was just like, hey, I could tell one person in Iowa, hey, did you know that I watch anime? Next thing I know, I could get pulled over by a cop in Northeast Iowa, which is like 6 hours from me, and he'd be like, "Jacob, I hear that you're into that there My Hero." It's so dumb.
Yeah, no. See, I wouldn't be able to, like, I'm not moving on, would you?
I mean, everything I just said is completely exaggerated and false. Never mind.
I can't do it, bud. Can't do it.
Fair enough.
You'd love parts of Texas.
Oh, I would. I'm not going to deny that. But for the same reason you don't leave Texas, or part of the reason for family, is one of the same reasons I'm hesitant to leave Iowa,
This is true. I want to see, hold on.
What are we seeing?
How do you spell Des Moines?
DES.
Oh, it doesn't S in it?
Des Moines. Yeah, I'm ready to spell it. DES.
Des Moines? I thought it was Des Moines. I'm so confused.
Des Moines. Des Moines is how you spell it. It's Des Moines.
Is it German?
Nah.
Nah, it's just a thing.
No, it's not German. I think it's either stems from a Native American language or French.
Ah, I see.
I think it's French, but most of the like city names in Iowa are Native American.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like if I told you we had a county here called Potawatomi, could you tell me how to spell that? Potawatomi.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you really can't. You really can't tell me how to spell that.
No.
Anyways,
like for being a very Mexican Hispanic region, a lot of my stuff are named after white people.
Yeah, well, it's also Texas.
Exactly. Like we have Raymondville,
right,
and Thompsonville.
So let me ask you this, because you're in Texas, but you're also in like the south part of Texas. Is there an awkward rivalry between Tex-Mex and actual Mexican food?
Here it blends together.
Okay.
But as you start to go up north, like I go to Austin and you can't find real Mexican food in Austin.
Really?
They call it Mexican food, and it's like, this is awful.
Yeah.
But they eat it up.
Yep.
You know? So there's a rivalry when it comes to mostly food and breakfast tacos.
All right.
Because no one will make a better breakfast taco than someone from the Valley, which is the region of Texas where I'm from.
I
California
wouldn't deny
look.
that.
Southern California look. I appreciate you guys. You guys are basically us, but in California.
How did they get the nicer weather in the ocean?
Right?
Jerks.
And we got flooding. We are below sea level.
Yikes.
Like we get 4 inches of rain and it's over. We're done.
Yeah, dude, I'm over 1,000 feet above sea level.
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah. I don't know though. Colorado, 3,500 feet above sea level. Pretty nice. Dude, seriously though, when I went out there for work, I was carrying a case of water, right?
Yeah.
I had to carry it no more than probably like 150, 200 feet. I was winded. I mean, I'm not in shape, but dude, there's no oxygen. And I was like,
yeah, we got a lot of that here. We got a lot of oxygen.
That's
We're real
good.
close to the water.
Why were you looking up Des Moines?
Oh, I wanted to see how far it was from Austin.
Oh, it's a ways.
It's a ways.
Yeah, it's a little ways.
It's 13 hours.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's not terrible.
Midwest standard, that's we'll make it there within a day, easy.
Yeah, no, it's
Easy.
a day's drive.
Midwesterners always be like, why fly when it's only an 18-hour drive?
See, from you to me is 17 hours.
I can make it in a day.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. There's nothing down here. But yeah.
Fair.
I mean, there's nothing now, I would assume. But
well, I don't know, dude. We got a cow made out of butter.
What?
The butter cow.
What?
The butter cow. Look up the butter cow, Iowa State Fair right now.
Iowa butter cow. What?
Yeah.
You guys need more things to do.
Other than cut corn and get drunk, yeah.
There's a butter Big Bird?
Dude, we have fried butter and put it on a stick.
Is that butter Harry Potter?
Probably.
What is happening?
So, I will say, however, if there is any claim to fame for Iowa, it's an Iowa State Fair.
I've heard of the Iowa State Fair.
It's because it's the biggest state fair that there is in the country.
Yeah.
It is crazy, though. The Iowa State Fair is insane.
I wouldn't mind going to the state fair one day.
Oh no, you're talking 3 days.
No, I don't mean like 3 days. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was just saying like you can't get through it in one day.
Well, me and my girlfriend were thinking of going to the Texas State Fair.
Really?
In Dallas, and even that would have been like a week trip.
Real? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm saying that it takes 3 days to see everything at the Iowa State Fair, to walk the grounds. Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
To be fair, one of those days would just be for the Texas versus Oklahoma college football game. But
oh yeah, I've been to the North Dakota State Fair many, many times. It's the size of my county fair.
What is in North Dakota?
Yes.
Why
oil.
did you go to North Dakota?
Family.
Oh, I see.
It's when you get to the Indian Reservation, the Badlands there, it's beautiful. It is really pretty. But until you get to the Badlands, you can watch your dog run away for 4 weeks. So on the trip to North Dakota, when you're going through South Dakota, up Interstate, I don't remember. 29. You get towards the kind of South Dakota, North Dakota border, about 100 miles from, there is a tree. It is the one tree in all of South Dakota. I promise you that.
What?
I'm serious, dude. The whole drive, you won't see a single freaking tree along the interstate. There's one tree. I point it out every time I go to North Dakota.
People from South Dakota, fact check this because I'm curious.
There are obviously more than one tree in South Dakota, but compared to where I live, which is actually pretty wooded.
There's so many fields in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking on Google Maps satellite and it just looks like a puzzle.
Yeah. Iowa is 98% agriculture related, 92% farmland.
That's insane.
Uh-huh.
It's just a bunch of fields and then the more.
Yeah. You got the city and then you got everything else. Just fields.
That's insane. No wonder you like Florida so much. You've never seen anything else.
No, it was a big culture shock. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, if you look at my area, our land isn't good enough for fields, so we have a couple, but it's mostly like sugarcane.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen sugarcane.
Yeah, sugarcane's cool. You know what's funny?
I've seen way too much corn.
Oh, I bet. But
I've never seen sugarcane.
But you know what they say, Jake?
No.
Corn is the best crop.
And wheat is the worst. I think that's where we leave this one. Right there on corn is the best crop, wheat is the worst. And confirm. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast with Gilbert the editor. If you want him on for more podcasts, let us know in the comments. Give us ideas of what we want to talk about next time. I know him and I, we've got some ideas now. Star Wars, anime, other things. Trashing on Florida, probably.
I hate Florida. If you live in Florida, move.
Gilbert, it was an honor having you on here. If you want to take the time to plug your social media or whatever at this time, feel free.
Sure. Instagram.com at Fractured Lens.
Instagram.com at Fractured Lens Productions.
And that's about it.
Shoot them a follow.
And Mixer.com/X-Ray in the Mist if you want to see me stream every once in a while.
There you go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Until next time, I will see you all later. I am going to stall because I'm laying in my chair and I need to sit up to be able to turn on the outro music. So give me a second, and now we are gonna play the music. Finally. Okay, have a good one.